All right, so we're diving into AI chemists today.
Yeah.
Not just like software, but like actual robots in labs
Yeah.
doing experiments,
Right.
like making decisions and stuff. It's wild.
It really is a huge leap forward.
It's like straight out of science fiction.
Yeah.
But, our audience, they know the future's coming fast,
Absolutely.
especially for those of us who, are really excited about real-world applications for AI.
Oh, yeah.
Like accelerating the pace of discoveries, in medicine and materials and who knows what else.
Definitely. And for this deep dive, we're looking at Jay Poole's work from his Tech Frontiers YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
He really digs into how this tech is changing chemistry research.
So let's get into it. What can these robots actually do? Are they like replacing scientists?
Well, not replacing, but definitely changing how research is done.
Okay.
They're designed to work in labs that already exist,
Gotcha.
alongside human researchers.
Okay.
So think of them like super skilled lab assistants that don't get tired or make mistakes and can analyze data super fast.
So they're not taking over, they're joining the team.
Right.
So what are they actually doing?
Well, they can move around the lab, transport samples, use equipment like UPLC-MS and NMR machines.
And those are...
Those are like the standard for analyzing chemical reactions.
Okay.
And get this, they can even decide what experiments to do next.
Wait, hold on. You're saying they're not just following instructions, they're making decisions based on data.
Exactly. That's insane.
Yeah, that's where the AI comes in.
Right.
They're not just robots, they use something called heuristic decision-making.
Okay.
So they're basically thinking like a scientist would, looking at different data and figuring out what to explore next.
So they're not just speeding things up, they're actually like improving the decisions.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like if you're trying to make a new drug or material,
Right.
it used to take tons of time with people in the lab testing and analyzing results.
Yeah.
But with robots, it's way faster.
They can run tests all the time, analyze data perfectly, and find promising leads way faster than a human.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Especially for practical applications of AI.
Mm-hmm.
This is a total game changer, not just for speed, but for breakthroughs too.
Totally. And this is just the beginning.
Right.
As AI gets better, these robots will be able to do even more.
So what are some real-world applications where they're already making a difference?
Well, drug discovery is a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine being able to test like thousands or even millions of drug candidates super fast.
So instead of scientists spending years in the lab, we have robots doing the hard work so we can get life-saving drugs faster.
Exactly.
It's huge.
It could also be big for personalized medicine, too.
How so?
Tailoring treatments based on people's genes and stuff.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So it's not just drug discovery, right? What other fields are benefiting?
Supramolecular chemistry is another cool one.
Okay, I've heard of that, but remind me.
So it's all about how molecules can self-assemble into bigger structures.
Like tiny building blocks.
Yeah, like molecular Legos.
Okay, cool. So where do the robots come in?
Well, imagine you're trying to create a new material.
Okay.
Maybe you want something super strong but also lightweight,
Mm.
or something that conducts electricity in a new way.
Yeah.
You need to find the right molecules to self-assemble in a specific way.
Like a puzzle, but on a molecular level.
Right, and that could take years, even decades, to figure out the old way.
That's crazy.
But robots can automate the discovery process.
Okay.
They can test thousands of combinations, analyze the results, and find the best candidates, all without humans needing to do every step.
So it's not just about speed, it's about exploring possibilities that humans couldn't, because it would take too long.
Exactly, and this opens up whole new avenues for research.
This is mind-blowing. It feels like we're on the verge of a scientific renaissance with AI and robots.
Yeah.
It's like we're creating a new generation of scientists made of circuits and algorithms.
Right.
But where does that leave human researchers? Are we becoming obsolete?
Not at all. It's actually the opposite.
Really?
These robots are tools. They're here to help us, not replace us.
Okay.
By doing the repetitive stuff, they free up human scientists to focus on the bigger picture. The creative and strategic parts of science.
So it's about augmenting our abilities, not replacing them?
Exactly. It's like having a team of superpowered assistants helping us push the boundaries of what's possible.
That's a great way to put it.
And I think it points to a future where human ingenuity and AI work together to drive innovation and discovery.
This is so exciting. But I want to talk about the bigger picture, too.
Sure.
Like, what are the long-term implications of this technology for science and for humanity?
Right.
Let's dive into those questions next.
Sounds good. It really is like a new chapter, in scientific exploration.
Right.
Like, it's hard to predict how things will go exactly.
Of course.
But this tech could change not just how we do science, but who does it.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're saying these robots could, like, democratize research, making it accessible to more people?
Exactly. Like right now,
Yeah.
cutting-edge research needs a lot of money, expertise, equipment.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually in big universities or companies.
Right.
But with these robots, smaller labs, startups, even individuals
Wow.
could have the same level of tech.
That's amazing. It could level the playing field.
Totally.
Imagine a scientist somewhere remote,
Right.
full of ideas but limited by resources.
Exactly.
These robots could let them be at the forefront of their field.
For sure. It's not just geography either.
Right.
It could help researchers from different backgrounds
Interesting.
work together and contribute.
I like that.
Imagine chemists, biologists, computer scientists all working together
Yeah,
with robots bridging the gaps.
that's powerful. A truly interdisciplinary approach.
It is.
But let's be real. There are always challenges with new tech.
Of course.
What are some hurdles we might face as these robots become more common?
Well, one big one is reliability.
Okay.
Making sure they're robust enough for a real lab environment.
Right.
Labs are complex, things can go wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to make sure these robots can handle the unexpected,
It's different from a controlled environment.
Exactly.
I know.
Data security is huge.
Right.
These robots handle tons of data.
Of course.
We have to protect it from unauthorized access or manipulation.
Makes sense.
And the algorithms themselves
Yeah.
need to be free of bias.
That's critical.
We need to be sure they're making good decisions.
Right. Like with any powerful tool,
Exactly.
it could be used for good or bad. We need to be mindful of the risks.
And that's why talking about the ethical side of this is crucial.
I agree.
We need researchers, policymakers, and the public involved
For sure.
to ensure responsible development and deployment.
To avoid those unintended consequences.
Exactly. We need safeguards.
It's a reminder that technology should be guided by human values.
Absolutely.
It's not just what we can do, but what we should do.
Right.
But let's talk about the human side of this.
Yeah.
How do you see the role of scientists changing as these robots become more capable?
Well, we have to remember these robots are tools.
Right.
Powerful tools, but still tools.
Okay.
They're here to help us, not replace us.
So you don't see a future where scientists are just sitting around?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think the types of tasks scientists focus on will change.
How so?
Less time on repetitive experiments and data analysis.
Mm-hmm.
More time for the creative stuff,
Right.
Developing hypotheses, designing experiments, interpreting results.
So it's about humans and AI working together
Exactly. Finding that sweet spot where we both excel.
to achieve amazing things.
Right. And this could unlock a whole new era of discovery.
I like that. But how long until these robots are everywhere in labs?
Well, the tech is moving fast. Some labs are already using them.
Okay.
But widespread adoption depends on a few things.
Like what?
The cost needs to come down.
Yeah, of course.
The AI needs to get even better.
Right.
And the scientific community needs to trust these systems.
So we're still early, but things are moving fast.
They are.
But let's zoom out for a sec.
Okay.
This tech could impact not just science, but society as a whole.
It could.
What are some bigger implications we should consider?
Well, we're not just talking about faster drugs or new materials.
Right.
We're talking about a fundamental change in how we discover knowledge.
That's huge.
This could speed up progress in so many fields. Medicine, energy, agriculture, environment, you name it.
It's like we're giving AI the keys to the scientific kingdom.
In a way.
But with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Of course.
What are some potential downsides?
Well, job displacement is a concern.
Yeah.
As robots get better, they might automate jobs that people do now.
Right.
We need to think about retraining those workers.
They're not left behind.
Exactly.
What else?
The concentration of power is another risk.
Okay.
What if just a few companies control this tech?
Right. That could worsen inequality.
It could. We need to make sure this benefits everyone.
A more equitable future.
Using AI for good.
For humanity and the planet.
I agree.
This has been a really thought-provoking conversation.
It has.
We've just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up,
Yeah.
I'm curious where you see this going in the next few years.
Okay.
What are the most exciting possibilities?
Well, it's tough to say for sure, but I think things are going to get even more wild with AI and science.
So what are some of those mind-blowing possibilities?
Well, one thing that I'm really fascinated by is truly self-learning, robots.
Okay.
Like, right now, these robots are smart,
Yeah.
but we still need scientists to set the goals, you
Just tell
know?
them what to do.
Right, to interpret the results and guide the research.
Right.
But what if robots could learn and adapt on their own?
Okay.
What if they could come up with hypotheses, design experiments, make discoveries without us?
Well, hold on. So you're talking about robots that are like independent scientists.
Kind of, yeah.
That's amazing and kind of scary.
I get it, but remember, they're still tools.
Right.
Just really, really advanced ones.
Right.
They'd still be using scientific principles and methods.
So, building on what we already know.
Exactly, but with way more power and autonomy.
So it's not about replacing us. It's about letting them explore things that we can't.
Right, because of our limitations.
Okay, so how do we actually create these self-learning robots?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is developing AI that can understand and reason like we do.
That makes sense.
We need to go beyond AI that's good at one thing
Okay.
to AI that can handle all sorts of intellectual challenges, adapt to new situations, learn from mistakes.
So we need AI that's not just smart but wise.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a tall order.
It is, but there are some brilliant people working on it.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking at neuroscience, psychology, even philosophy for inspiration.
Wow, it sounds like a really exciting time to be in AI.
It is, for sure.
So it feels like we're at a turning point where AI becomes a partner in discovery.
I think so.
But of course, we have to think about the ethics.
Absolutely.
How do we make sure these robots are used responsibly?
Right, we need guidelines and regulations
Okay.
to make sure they're used for good,
Mhm.
that they align with human values,
Yeah.
and that they don't pose a threat to us or the planet.
That's so important. Technology and ethics need to go hand in hand.
I agree, we have to be mindful of the consequences.
But let's focus on the positive for a minute.
Yeah.
What are some potential benefits?
Oh, the possibilities are huge.
Like what?
Imagine these robots working on cures for cancer, Alzheimer's,
Okay.
or finding new clean energy sources.
Wow.
They could help us understand the universe, the human brain, even design new life forms.
It's like we're giving them the keys to unlock all these scientific secrets.
Yeah, it's a leap of faith, but it could lead to amazing things.
It's a really exciting thought.
It is, and it's a bold move, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, we had this incredible opportunity to partner with machines to solve problems and build a better future.
Exactly.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation.
I agree.
It feels like we've only scratched the surface.
We have, but it's a good start.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to thank you for joining me today.
It was my pleasure.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Until next time,